Hello, everybody. Hi. Welcome to this live. Please let me know if you can hear me well. I think there are already some people. So if you can hear me well and if you can see my cam and screen, please add a comment in the chat section. So good. Thank you, Bill. Everything sounds correct. So I think we can start. So we are here, as you know, because today. Thank you, Jürgen. Today we launch DaDaBIK 13 Levanto. Levanto is the new code name for this big major release. What is Levanto? Levanto is a seaside town in the coast of Liguria in Italy. So after Aveto, that is a river, we come back to the sea. Well, I like that area, and also I like how the word Levanto sounds. I don't know if it sounds nice also for non-Italian people, but well, I hope so at least. So DaDaBIK 13 Levanto. As I anticipated, this version comes with many new big features. I kind of anticipated two of them, barcodes and calendar view. So, oh, thank you, Jürgen. So apparently it sounds nice also in German. Okay, so not in German, but for German-speaking people. All right, so I want to start immediately showing you a demo of the new version. And as I said, at the end of this live, I will give you a coupon code that grants you quite huge discount, $100 or euros on lifetime licenses, both on enterprise and platinum. Okay, I will give you the coupon at the end of the live, and at the end of the live, I will also publish the new version, because at the moment, if you visit dadabik.com, you will still see the old version. All right, but in a few seconds I can publish everything, and at that point we'll test together if the coupon code works, and so you can use it. You can use it for 1 week, so it will expire after 1 week, but it will also expire if used 100 times. So if 100 people use it in the first few days, it will expire before the end of the week. Okay, so if you use it just after this live, you are pretty sure it will work. If you wait a few days, you're not sure because it may expire. All right. Hi, everybody. And all right. All right. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Let me go back to my demo now. Okay. So this is my demo. Let me check if you are seeing correctly. I guess so. Okay. So this is just an application I created just to show the new features, basically. So I have a products table, classic product table with SKU name, description, category, cost. It could be the products table of an inventory system, for example. And as you can see, we have this new feature, barcode. code generation, barcode and QR code generation. Well, barcode and QR code, if we check here in our community, feature suggestions, popular. Well, it's one of the most popular suggestions, as you know. So it was time for implement it, and I did my best to try to cover all the possible use cases. So it, I think this feature is very, very flexible, but you will tell me if it's uh, it's okay even for your own use case. But let's go back to the application. So if you want to use a barcode or a QR code, and this is the kind of thing that could be very useful for inventory system, asset tracking system, I don't know, event check-in system. You have many use cases that can benefit from barcode and QR code generation. Well, you will find a new field type in the form configurator. So let's move to the dev area. I was skipping actually. My plan was to first show you the dev area because we have some improvement also here. And sorry, but I totally forgot that. So let me open a short parenthesis telling you that the dev area, formerly admin area, has been revamped. So the colors have changed, the wording has changed, the spaces, some layout. It has not been redesigned, but you can definitely see here and there improvements that I'm sure makes more pleasant the dev area, but from the just aesthetical point of view, but also from the user experience point of view. Let me just tell you a couple of things. Well, for example, here you have this prominent view this app button that replaces the old link here, exit admin area, that was very hidden, not very clear. By the way, if you don't like the rocket, you can change it. It's a configuration parameter. Another little thing, well, every time you have a box where you need to write code like SQL code, HTML code in the dev area, now you have a proper editor with syntax highlighting. For example, here, select asterisk from customers. As you can see, it's a proper editor that recognizes SQL. So if I make a mistake here, I can at least recognize it. All right, good. Let's go back to our. So this is the new dev area. All right, but let's go back to barcode. Barcode. So we select products, and for the field barcode, but of course the name could be the one you want. You just select the new field type, barcode or QR code. Okay, if I choose QR code and save, instead of barcode, I see a QR code representing this, uniquely representing this record. What does it mean? That's a very important thing. I will spend, a couple of minutes on barcodes because we have a lot to say. Probably I will make a video just about that. But at least I will tell you something already here in this presentation. Let's choose barcode again because it's easier to understand. So, for example, here, this barcode, the data encoded in this barcode is products underscore 2. Products underscore 2 is the default data, the default format DaDaBIK will use when generating a barcode. And it's the name of the table underscore the value of the unique field of the table. In this case, the ID, that is 2. Why is that? Because in this way, each barcode uniquely identify each record in the whole database. Okay? But this is just the default idea, because you can easily, let me change here, because you can easily change the way the encoded data is created. How? Well, and why you should do that? Well, for example, maybe you don't want to encode this, you want to encode something else. I don't know, maybe you want just to encode the SKU for this table. Or you want to create, for QR code, you want to create an URL. You can do everything you want because there is a function. There is a function that you can edit, that is in the custom functions file. You can add it in the custom functions file that overrides the behavior DaDaBIK uses by default. I will show you how this works. So let me change here the screen. I need to share this. Okay, custom function. All right. Okay, this is just generate barcode ID custom function that I copied from the documentation. So you will find everything in the documentation. Here, instead of using table name underscore ID to represent the data encoded in the barcode, I just want to use SKU. All right. I can do it in 2 lines of code. This function receives in input the name of the table, the name of the field, the name of the unique field, and the value of the last inserted ID. Using some of this information, I can get all the values of the record and then return one of them, for example, or a combination of them, or anything you want. In this case, I just return SKU. So now, because remember, when you use a barcode or QR code field, the value is generated when you create a new record. In that case, that new function is used instead of the default one. So let's see. Okay. All right. So let's try products, new products. So SKU, let's say, is, I don't know, A, B, C, D, something like that. Then name, let's say, is a guitar, Fender Stratocaster. Description, guitar. Category, instrument. Cost, 12. Well, whatever. I can leave this empty just to show you what is going to happen. All right. We have generated a barcode that encoded A, B, C, D. Okay, so this is what you get with a scanner if you scan this barcode. All right. There's another thing you can customize. By default, for each barcode, DaDaBIK shows also the data encoded below, but and it doesn't do that for QR code. However, you can customize. There is another function. You can see that in the manual that you can use to completely customize the way barcode and additional information is displayed in the results grid and in the details page. All right. So, of course, if you have questions, let me know. Questions about barcodes and QR codes? Any question? No? Okay. So let me take my notes because otherwise I'm sure I will forget something. Products barcode, change format and test. Okay. So basically, as you can see, the feature is very flexible. You can use it to do anything you want. Typical is inventory management, but you can create a QR code containing, for example, DaDaBIK URL. For example, for each product, you could create a QR code encoding the URL of the edit page of that product. So you can print it, and when you scan with your mobile phone, you can reach the edit page of that particular product. Okay, you can do many things. There are many parameters. There are many formats of barcode that you can use. By default, DaDaBIK uses a format called 128, which is, I think, the most common. But in your configuration file, you can change the format as well. I recommend, well, first of all, I recommend to read the documentation for barcode generation and also for all the other features I will explain, because obviously I cannot describe all the details. And for barcode generation, I will recommend to test very carefully for your own use cases, because I've seen many corner cases according to the kind of data you encode, according to the format you use, and so on and so forth. So before use barcodes in production, I recommend to test them. All right. So, and that was barcode, the first new feature. Then NoCode row level filters. I think you already know that we have. Okay, I take a question from Jürgen. What exactly do I see when scanning the code? Well, when you scan the code, your scanner will get the data encoded. So whatever is encoded, in that case, if you scan the barcode we have just generated, you get A, B, C, D. But anything you want to encode. All right. So typically in an inventory system, you want to encode something that identify each product, for example. So the scanner will get that. All right. And remember that you can use a scanner also as an input for a keyboard, basically, as a replacement for a keyboard. So there are a lot of, applications of this feature. Any other question? All right. All right. No problem. All right. The second feature is no code row level filters. So if you already know the classic row level filters, so those are additional filters that you can add to your tables, but you need code for them, right? We have a new no code option. So the idea was this one. The example I want to show you, orders. Let's take orders. All right, we have orders and each order has a status. All right. So let's say that for a particular group, I want to show only the orders in status confirmed. All right. Let me show. Permissions, orders, admin. As you can see, we have a new permission level, row level permissions. For admin users, we want to show only the orders having the status equal to custom values, custom value confirmed. That's it. Very simple. I reload and I'm seeing just the confirmed orders. Okay, but this is just an example. We can do more. We can do more. Let's remove this. So we can see all the records. Now, second example, I want to show to each user only the orders assigned to them. We have an assigned to field with the username of a user. All right, you can do that very easily. Assigned to is equal to current user username. Let's go back. So probably we will see just this one because I'm logged in as root. Here we go. Okay. All right. Thank you. And questions? We still have an even more advanced example. We can use row level no code row level filters to create multi-tenant applications. Let's make an example. So again, I want to remove this one. All right. So I have in this application extended the users table, adding an additional field. So users, each user belongs to a department, IT, research and development. So root is part of the IT department. Okay. Now I want to show to each user only the orders related to the department they belong to. Okay. Even in this case, very easy. id department equal to current user id department. So I can use all the fields of the users table and also all the fields of the groups table if you need. Let's try. Now I'm supposed to see only the first and the third, right? Here we go. Voila. All right. So this is very, as you can imagine, I don't know if you realize it, but it's very, very powerful for multi-tenant application because you can create filters according to various departments, location. Let's say you are building an ERP for a big company having one location in New York, one in Milano, another one in Sydney. Okay, each table may have a column location so that you will be able very easily to show to the users only their relevant records using just one table, one database. And they don't even realize that you are filtering the records. All right. This is the second feature. Questions? No? All right. Let's go on. Okay. Calendar view. All right. So let's take this table as example. Let's take a table. This is a table with 1,000 events with an ID, a title, a description, and a start date and end date time. Okay, but it could be whatever, anything like bookings, I don't know, tasks with a due date, anything that you can express with, a kind of title or description and a starting date. Anything you want to see in a calendar. How? How can you do that? It's very easy. You have a new parameter here, record list layout. Here, for events, you can choose between the classic grid, this one, or the calendar layout. If you click calendar, you have to map your fields to these these settings DaDaBIK needs to understand the events. So each event needs at least an ID, a title or a description or bot, and at least a date, start date time. So let's do it. Our ID is the ID. This time is very simple. Title is title. Description is description, but we can also leave it empty. It is not required. And then we have a start date time and a date time and save. Let's go back here. Here we go. Now all your events are displayed in a nice calendar view. This is July. I can move on. August, September. I can always come back to the current month by clicking here, today. And, you can edit the events very easily. You just double click here and then edit. Let's say that this webinar will take place in 2 days. So start date time July the 1st and the date time July the 2nd. Voila. As you can see now, this event takes 2 cells. All right. So again, as you can imagine, there are many applications that can take advantage of this. All right. before continuing, I check if there are any question. Let me fix one thing before. Okay. Sorry, just one moment. Okay. How do I export from Excel? CSV is working, but import from Excel is not working. Well, you mean in general? If this is a general question related to export and import, or is it related to the calendar view? In the meantime, I take a question from Jürgen. Thank you. And it is possible to change the day a week starts Monday instead of Sunday. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's possible. I haven't, to be honest, I haven't tried it, but this is based on a very well-known library that is called Full Calendar, that has many options, so I'm pretty sure you can do it. Okay. Okay, about Excel, if this is a a general question, maybe you can write on the forum or open an email ticket, because we have to stay focused on during this live on these features we are discussing. Okay, sorry for that, but the live will be already pretty long, and if I take general questions, it will be even longer. All right. Okay. How about searching events? It's easier than you imagine. Here I have the Omni Search feature. Well, let's search webinar. Here we go. Only webinar, only events having a webinar in the description, in the title, in the fields supported are now displayed. Okay. So the search works exactly as a normal, as when you use the normal tabular grid. Okay. Calendar view. Can we connect to external calendars like Google? Not at the moment. I'm sorry. No, this is not possible at the moment. So what these features does at the moment is it takes the data in a table, and instead of showing a grid, it shows a calendar. However, I'm just thinking loud. If you manage to sync your table with Google Calendar, and maybe it's not that hard, then yes. All right. Cool. Any other questions? No? All right. So calendar view. Oh, okay. I just realized I didn't mention for which edition each feature is available. Calendar view for all the editions: Pro, Enterprise, Platinum, NoCode, Row Level Features, Enterprise and Platinum, Barcodes, Enterprise and Platinum. Okay. Then pre-populated search parameters. This is working for Enterprise and Platinum. This feature has been sponsored by one of our customers, so thanks for sponsoring this implementation. And basically, here you can set in DaDaBIK, even differently for each group, on or using your own logic. default value for the search form. Let me give you an example, and this time we need some code. So let me go back here. Okay, let me uncomment this. All right, so for each table you can define a callback function that set for each field, again according to your logic, so you can add if statements here, whatever you want, for each field the default search value. So for example here I set as default value for status confirmed. Let me save and let me show the result. Let me show the result. Okay. So when I click on orders the first time, I only see the, well, it's better to remove the other filter, otherwise will make confusion. Okay, so I only see the confirmed orders. It might seem similar to the other feature, the row level filter, but it's not if you think about it. In this case, well, in the other case, we are filtering the data. The final user doesn't even realize that you are filtering the data. In this case, instead, the final user will see that the status is set as confirmed, and they will see the resulting records. But if you want, if the user wants, they can just remove the filter and see all the data and change the search and everything they need. So this is just a default search filter. All right. Okay. Let's move on again. Let's move on. Finally, after many years, non-admin users can now manage users. It's a very old problem in DaDaBIK. We have a workaround for that using a view instead of the actual DaDaBIK users table, but this was not very it was kind of a a hack. This time we have a proper feature. Even in this case, this feature has been sponsored by one of our customers, so thanks even in this case. So basically now the DaDaBIK users and the DaDaBIK groups table are tables from the point of view of the permissions like the others. So if I want to give a user the ability to manage other users, I can do that. How? Well, using the permissions. So, for example, DaDaBIK users, group default, let's say that they can do everything on the users. Well, let's also add everything here. It doesn't make much sense because some of the fields shouldn't be in the forms, but just to show you the result. So now The users belonging to the default group can now manage other users, meaning that they can create users, for example. Okay, let's try. Anna. Anna belongs to the default group. In fact, Anna cannot edit the application. But, well, as you can see, we have a lot of quick search fields. Now, of course, you shouldn't have them. But anyway, and also the passwords. But anyway, as you can see, if I want, I can now create users. I can edit users. I can delete users. So if you have a user group and for them you want to grant the ability to manage users, you can now do it. All right. Any questions about this? I know that a lot of you had this problem about users management. Now it's kind of solved. There are still some limitation are coded. For example, a non-admin user cannot create an admin user. All right. So there are a few documented limitations for security reasons, of course. But I think that now we have a good improvement from this point of view. All right. Okay, let's move on. And this is for everybody. Okay, JavaScript-based custom formatting functions. This is also huge, I would say. You know that we have custom formatting functions since probably many years, but you need to write them in PHP in your, custom functions. Now you have a more convenient, if you want, client-side option. And let me show you, well, let me go back. Okay, products, form configurator. Oh, okay. I understand why. We had a lot of quick search fields that shouldn't be there. Okay. All right. Products. Let's take the price, for example. Let's say we want to format the price. Okay. Let's start with something very easy. We want to add a dollar sign in front of the price. Okay. Custom JavaScript formatting code. Here you write the JavaScript code of your formatting function. Return dollar plus value. That in JavaScript means here you have to write the corpus of the function, of the JavaScript function, returning the value as you want to be formatted. Value is the actual value in the database. We are returning values concatenated with the string, the character dollar. Save. $9, $4. Very easy. You don't need to open files. Everything is here. You want to format everything in red. Span, style, color red. Plus, so I'm just adding some HTML. Red. Obviously, the limit is just your fantasy, because you can do everything you want. At least, I mean, if this is, if you can implement it in JavaScript. And not only you get the value of the field, of the current field, the one you want to format, you also get the value of all the other fields of that record. Okay? Let me give you an additional example. Let's work on quantity stock now. Quantity stock. Well, in the manual, you will see a few examples. One of them is this one. Let me just copy and paste. This, let me remove this part. Okay, so this is, in this case, we change the quantity field, the quantity stock field, according to the actual value of the quantity. So if it's 0, we just write out of stock. If it's less than 50, we write low plus the value. Otherwise, available plus the value. Okay. As you can see, now we have a good, um, a graphic representation of the quantity. But as I said, we can use also other fields. So in the example you will find here, there is an additional case if the value is less than 10 and the field supplier status, which we don't have in our example, but you can use any field, is equal to delayed, then you write something different. Okay. Again, in the manual, you will see many examples. For example, here, this simple example will replace a 1 to 5, for example, number to stars, graphical stars representation. Okay. Any questions about this JavaScript-based custom formatting function? No? It's very similar to PHP custom formatting functions, but it's client-side and you get immediately the values of all the fields. Okay, so if you are more familiar with JavaScript than with PHP, is probably better. Even in this case, read the documentation to check the corner cases, limitations, and the various options you have. Very good. Let's go on. NoCode layout hooks. You probably know what layout hooks are. Basically, we have several places in a DaDaBIK application where you can write your own code to add HTML, content, text, JavaScript, whatever you want, right? Again, you have to use external files and write the code there. Now for two layout hooks, we can do everything from here. So for example, orders, and here, data grid heading, custom content, before title, after title. The example I wanted to do was this one. So we just want to add, a sentence. Let me change. a sentence before the title. Orders, and here we go. So very easily you can add, for example, some information, some instructions before and after the title of the table, the name of the table. Okay. All right. Okay, we are very close to the end of the live, but well, there are a few minor improvements, and then there is one more thing that I want to show you. So minor improvements, you will find several additional new minor features. For example, one that I guess it would be useful for some of you is the possibility to easily create a secure SSL MySQL connection. You could do it also before, but you needed to edit the DB function file, which is then overwritten by upgrades. So it was not a good option. Now you have a configuration parameter that you can use to add additional connection parameters. Obviously, we also have fixes, several fixes, bug fixes, and also some vulnerabilities have been fixed because two libraries contained explicitly had in their changelog two vulnerabilities. So it's important to update also from that point of view. But before moving on, there is one more thing that at the moment is in beta, but I think it's very huge, I would say. So we have at the moment it's just for Platinum, the Platinum edition. We have a first implementation of what I called, at least this is the current name of the feature, external identity provider. What does it mean? It means you can use an external provider supporting the OAuth 2 protocol to register and log in into a DaDaBIK application. And the first provider, and at the moment the only one supported in DaDaBIK 13 Levanto, is Google. So now you can register in a DaDaBIK application and log in a DaDaBIK application just using your Google account. Okay, let me show how it works. So I just need to enable Google Authentication in my configuration file because by default is disabled. And now let me go back here. Log out. Okay, as you can see now, we have a sign in with Google button. If I click here, I will be redirected to Google. It's taking some time, so I don't know why. Normally it's faster, but maybe Google is having some issues with the API. I don't know, but anyway, before using this feature, let me tell you that you have to register your application in the Google console. It sounds difficult. It's not. It takes literally 30 seconds. You will give to Google the URL of your DaDaBIK application, and you get back a secret, some information that you will add to your configuration file. Starting from that moment, you can use Google as authentication provider. For example, here I'm using one personal address I have on Gmail. I don't know why it's slower than usual. Hmm. Okay, let's try again, guys. Okay, okay, it was a temporary glitch probably. As you can see, very fast. Basically, if well, the system asks to Google the email and the permission, all the permissions needed. So now I have the email of this user. I check in the DaDaBIK users table if the user is not there already. I register the user. When I say I mean DaDaBIK, and now the user is a standard DaDaBIK user. So you can assign permissions, you can do everything you want. So the first time the user is automatically registered, starting from the second time, you can just, log in, authenticate using your Google account. I think this could be very useful if you want to integrate with a single sign-on your DaDaBIK application in your information system. Google is the first provider, but we will add more providers. Probably the second one will be Microsoft, but I want to talk about you guys. So I would like to understand your use cases so I can prioritize the providers that are more needed by the community of DaDaBIK users. This feature at the moment, the Google Authentication is in beta. So I suggest for the moment not to use it in production, but you can test it. I mean, it's working. I didn't experience any problem, but I developed it very, very recently. So I think it needs more tests before, you know, before declaring it out of beta. But for sure, you can do some tests, tell me if it's working as expected, and suggest additional providers. If you have already suggestions, you can write in the chat, obviously. Any other questions before moving on? No? All right. So, well, mm, now I need a couple of minutes to switch everything on. So, to actually publish DaDaBIK 13 Levanto. So, Infomaniac from Switzerland. Is it a common? I'm just reading a comment. Is it a common provider for identity in Switzerland? I guess. I guess each country has different providers, especially in public administration, public offices. So we need to make a list of priorities about providers. Okay. All right. So, well, first of all, let me give you the coupon code. The coupon code is DaDaLive13. Okay, but wait before using it because I have to publish the new version. I need literally, I think, 1 minute. So for 1 minute, you won't see what I'm doing. I will share just a screen. Okay. All right. Give me 1 minute and then we'll test together everything. Okay. Almost done. Okay. Okay, I'm changing also the last release. Released July 29. July 29, yes, correct. Okay, and almost done. Okay, now I put back the website online. Okay, this is 0. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. All right. I think I'm done. Okay. Are you still there? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So let's go to the home page. Version 13 is here, so everything seems updated. Let's try to buy, for example, let's buy platinum and let's accept here and let's use the coupon code DADA. I think the let doesn't need to be capital letters, but let's use it. Okay, it works. It works, and I guess it works for enterprise as well. Dada Live 13. Here we go. It works. Well, so as I said, for 1 week or the first 100 times the coupon is used, you will have 100 euros or dollars discount on enterprise lifetime, platinum lifetime. So again, if you want to take advantage of if you want to be sure it will work, I suggest to use it immediately. If you use it in a few days, it may be expired because if a lot of people use it before you, we have just 100 slots. Okay. All right. So tomorrow I will send an official email related to the new version because obviously there are a lot of people that could not participate to the live, but you have seen everything in advance, and you also got the coupon code in advance. So quick Q&A final section in case you have questions. All right, and let me know if barcodes works as expected. I spent a very huge number of hours working on that. All right, Jürgen, thank you. Any questions? No? All right. So if you don't have any questions, well, of course, I'm pretty sure during the next few days, question will arise regarding the new features. So as usual, write on the forum or open an email ticket. Maybe during these first days, it would be better to use the forum so we share information among all the community. And if you have suggestions for single sign-on authentication and about any other of the new features, just write and we will see what we can do. Thanks to you, Jürgen. So if there isn't anything else to discuss, I will make life easier, at least for non-coders. Yes, that was for a few features. That was the aim, especially considering the integration with Apify text. And also, if you think we need specific videos on some of the features, for example, for barcode and QR code generation, let me know. All right. So that's it for today, and I see you in the next few days on the forum, I guess. All right. So see you soon. Ciao. Bye, everybody. Bye bye.